Fuck yeah. Our next comedian is the creator of Blacksmith Comedy. He has shows going like every fucking week. This guy always makes a point of trying to make out-of-town comedians feel very welcome here, and it's half the reason we have a fucking scene today. Put your hands together for Benny Elbows!
One time for Josh McClain. Great to be in Memphis. It's great to be in Memphis. As far as I know, the only place in the country with accent, guns, and loans. I don't know if you're familiar, that's a place where you can get both guns and loans. One of those can ruin you and your family's future for many generations. And the other is a gun. I'm joking, of course. Loans are regulated by the government. Like that's a difference there. I do love Memphis. It's a super progressive city, right? If you think about it, it's a super progressive city. Like the only people who complain about immigration in Memphis are people who move here from other states. Right? I gotta hear about people complaining about immigration, people stealing their jobs. Like, motherfucker, you stole my job. Like, go back to Starkville. Oh, I got some art on me today. I had some people draw on me, so go ahead and admire that. When you're as tall as I am, certain social situations are pretty awkward. The biggest of which is probably public bathrooms. I understand why. If you go into a public bathroom, most of the dividers between the stalls come up to about my chest. Right? I know what you're thinking too. If you gotta still look the other guy in the eye, what's the point of the glory hole? Why don't we just go back to my place, make this simpler? The other thing about being tall is that everything is a death trap. Everything is a potential concussion, right? Doors, ceilings, low-flying aircraft, it's all awful. You guys have I have 10 minutes of concussion jokes that you guys will never hear. Mostly because I can't remember it, but yep. That guy Groner, was that the first Groner of the night? On the album? Awesome. It doesn't help that I also drink too. Like, you guys ever drink so much you gotta keep track? Nope, just me. That's fine. That's great. Not because it's a problem, because I'm proud of it. Like, I gotta show it off to people. The other day I found a list of alcohol. I was like, is this my set list or grocery shopping? It can be bad. The other day, I drank too much. I just drank too much. The other day I had Johnny Walker, Jim Beam, Jameson, and Rumplemints. That's the correct response. Rumplemints, yes. That's 3 of the 4 horsemen and Rumplemints. That's war, death, famine, and Santa Claus. So it's no surprise I have to go to the doctor. I have those problems. I went into the doctor the other day, and he doesn't even look up from his chart for a second, and he says, "So you played basketball?" And I'm 6'10", I get it all the time. I just hate stereotypes. I hate stereotypes. I've done everything else with my life that doesn't involve being tall, right? I got a 29 on my ACT. Yeah. And I'm smart enough to know that doesn't mean anything. I've done other things, so I wanted to call him out on it. I said, listen, I know I'm tall, but you don't gotta like automatically judge me based on my height. He says, well, actually, when you walked in, you took your shoes off. I noticed that you have iron deposits on your feet and varicose veins, probably a sign that you've sprained your ankle several times from lateral movement. You're limping, which means you've probably had some knee trauma, maybe surgery. You've probably had some of your meniscus removed. That's from constant acceleration and deceleration. He said you can't straighten your right arm, probably because of overworking it. Constant tendonitis in your elbow. And you have some scars on your face, which probably leads me to believe you played some kind of combat, at least physical sport. I said, well, fuck. This guy just Sherlock Holmes me. Why is Dr. House working in Memphis? I said to him, I couldn't believe it. I said to him, so you could tell all that just from looking at me walk in? And he said, no, you idiot, it's in your chart. It's the 21st century. I was like, well, I could have played other sports. He's like, well, like what? I said, baseball. He says, well, you look like you weigh 350 pounds. You're probably still in too shape to play baseball. I said, I could have played football. You look like your dad wasn't around much. I thought I had him. I said, wait, I could have played rugby. And he says, you were either too ugly or not ugly enough to have played rugby. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of the show.